Alright gang, let's play with that third lesson, displaying state data. Now, for this one, all we're really doing is looking at the state of these controls and passing that data from one page to the next. Now, keep in mind we're dealing with active server pages and it's not going from one page like default.html to page2.html. With this, we're dynamically regenerating the page based on what the user's actions or decisions are. Alright, use the same new widget 01 that we've used in the previous two. What I've done though is I've opened up default and we'll look at it in design view, and I've built a little form on design view. Got a label, got some text, a text box, a bunch of text boxes. This is all just free entered text. This is the only label that I have. There's a checkbox list, a radio button list. It's just some free text, and two buttons. I've got the submit button and a validate data button. They called it an approve button, but I can go change that. Let's go change it now. Instead of validate data, we'll just say approve. Okay. Most of this is stuff that you've dealt with in the past in either VB or C#. Toolbox. If you haven't dealt with a radio button list or a checkbox list, excuse me, it's as simple as edit items and go and add your items. Is it enabled, true or false? Is it currently selected by default? And the text that you want for that list item. I say list item 1. Let's go add another one. Second item. Add another one. I only want 2. I click OK. Now here's my radio button list. I'll go ahead and get rid of it. It's just an example anyway. Now, by using this as a label, since it's a label, I can modify the text a lot easier than, say, this text. So let's go look at the code and the logic of what's taking place in this page. Okay, button 1 is my submit button. Button 2 is my validate button. When the user clicks that submit button, the control, which is all our text boxes, radio button list, the checkboxes, those are controls that have data based on the user's input. So when they click that button 1 or submit button, that data is sent to the next page. I turn off or make button 1 no longer visible, so the submit button is no longer visible. The validate button is now visible, and I changed the text on that label up at the top. Now, if they click the validate button, the submit button becomes visible again, validate goes away, and the label 1 text goes back to what it was by default when the page originally loaded. The text boxes, they no longer have any value associated with them. The radio button list, I clear the selection, so it's gone. Checkbox list, selection's gone. Now, by doing it this way, I'm not taking it back and having to reload the entire page fresh. It's just another life cycle of the page. We're just posting back again. So let's go look and see how it runs. The code validated. Browser load up. And your code, if you're using C# or VB, for this, will look almost identical. Have some slight variations in how the functions or your methods are created. You're used to that. There's a difference in the lines of code, how you terminate the line of code going to the next. So here's our default value on that label. First name, George, 31, overdrive, let's say George is 33, he's been with the company about 4 years. So this form's filled out. He submits the form. The state remains the same. The state of this control changed because we manually modified it, as did this one. Now, when they click approve, we reset all these values. Set all these to null, and we cleared these. Okay. Brought this back to its default value, but I did it manually. Now, could have gone through and pointed back to this right here. I could have pointed to this URL. It's on page 24. It's a little line of code and item 6 up to the top of the page. I could have just gone just as well, rather than clearing those items, I could have just said response.redirect and then pointed to this URL and taken it back to the original page. It's always an option. This is a little bit faster, a little bit lighter. So that's 1-3. Come back on the next one, we'll deal with 1-4.